Hi everyone, welcome to the 8th episode of What Authors Think. And today we are in conversation with Dr. Jashodhara. She is an educationist and she has written 33 books. So in this interview, I am going to learn a lot of things from her. And I believe that all the new authors must be learning a lot of things as well. So welcome to the What Authors Thinks episode, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Perfect, perfect. So are you excited about this interview?
Yeah, definitely. Especially online interview, very excited.
Perfect. So we'll start the session with a few questions, which are
Yeah,
about the book. Then we'll eventually move towards your life and your writing journey, all in all. Okay.
yeah.
So first is about I wanted to know what was your last book, that got published. I want you to elaborate and give a brief about it a little bit.
Actually, the last book what I have written is Fallen Leaf, published by Ukiyoto Publishing House.
Okay.
The book is about a lady who I found opposite to my flat. She is mentally sick, and at present she is helping as a nurse
Wow.
in Israel.
Oh, that's
She
good.
joined in Yes, she joined in Red Cross, and she is serving for the humanity.
Okay.
This
Is
is the
it
story.
is it it is not fiction, right? It is a real story.
It's a fiction.
Okay.
It's a fiction. Only I found that girl opposite to my these things.
Okay.
Then it is a fiction.
Inspired from
Yes,
her.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
perfect. So, ma'am, when did you started writing exactly, and what was your first published work?
I have started actually in 90s.
Okay,
And I have first published my poetry book, that is Shaswat.
okay,
Shaswat consists of 106 poems. Out of that, 45 is in Hindi, and remaining are in English and Bengali.
okay,
So 106, and I have actually not published actually, because that time publisher we did not find a publisher very easily.
okay,
So, so I just my sons they started printing this book in 2004, though I
okay.
have written in 90s.
Okay, it was started printing in 2004, and
Hmm.
you actually wrote this in 90s.
Yes,
Oh, perfect. And it is a multi-language poetry book, right?
yes.
Oh,
Hindi, English, and Bengali.
that's great. Now from here coming to the next question, was like during your writing journey, was everyone around you, was the close one, supportive, or did you face any challenges in the writing journey?
Actually, see, my husband, Mr. Swapan, was always supportive for everything. Even my two sons. My elder son, right now he is in SBI AGM.
Okay.
But that time he was studying in college. He actually took all the papers from me and printed everything. And my younger son Saptarshi later on published it from CreateSpace. CreateSpace.
Okay. So as in when you started writing, you were not, looking forward, you just wanted to enjoy the process. You were not, greedy about that my name should be on the, book or back cover or something like that.
No, not at all. I was actually, you can say, I was very shy to even repeat my poetry, what I have written. I was a little shy to tell everyone. But
Okay.
later on, when my sons they started collecting those things, I was little normal to them, and then I just started telling them, okay, if you want to print it, you can.
Okay. And it happened after 2004, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, like your writing career basically started while you were teaching, or it started before that even? Like when you were in school, or something like that, you used to write something?
I used to write, but not exactly for writing.
Okay.
But when I started my teaching profession, that time looking at the children, looking at the nature, then in the exam hall, I used to see the children, and I felt like there and there I used to write some poetry. And while in during rainy season and all, when I was looking at sky, tree everywhere, that time I started writing my poems.
Okay.
But during teaching profession.
Okay. So that was about to be my next, question that as you have worked as a, into teaching background, then you were a principal of a college. So were your writing, mostly inspired from those times, from the students or the teachers or, people around? Were there stories that were inspired from that time?
Actually, I was not inspired, but looking at my children only. My children means in the classroom,
Okay.
especially students,
Okay.
student children. I was inspired that okay, when they are writing something, I used to see their face and their like expression and all. So I felt like writing some poems that time.
Perfect. So for the audience, Jashodhara ma'am has written 33 books, and the book genre ranges from, romance, poetry to children books. So, and different languages. She has written books in 4 languages even. The books got published in 4 languages, including German and Spanish, right?
Yes. And
Perfect.
I have three Bengali books, not in translation. I have written myself in Bengali, and one Hindi book also, including this.
Wow, that's really interesting. And, that is something really inspiring because we as an author, started writing. So there is a lot to explore, I believe. So how did you manage to write, that much while teaching full time?
No, it was really, really difficult during the professional time. Yeah, it is not, and being a principal, no time at all. So, many of the story you will find incomplete during that time. But slowly, slowly, later on, I completed
Okay.
all the stories, and after my retirement, not
Okay.
exactly retirement, but in leisure time, I did it.
Okay.
I
And
completed. But
when did you
during,
retire, ma'am?
I retired in 2016.
Okay. So like most of the stories you have started earlier than you finished, almost at when you were either on the edge of retirement or after that in the last 7 years.
Yeah, yeah. My book, first book, fictional book, was published in 2011. But that is also I have started writing in 2000. Slowly, 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 I have completed this. It took 10 years almost to upload this fictional book.
Okay. So now, this question all of a sudden came to my mind that when you start something, you start writing something in 2000, and then you actually get the time to properly sit and write for it in 2011. So during that whole process, do you have the fear that, the story might get lost, some, like other stories, like a thought, or the story matures with time?
Definitely, I send because somebody told me that you can send here and there. Then, but I knew it that somewhere I may publish later these things. I had a fear of telling on something like that, but not very these things. I was really self motivated, so not much fear of stealing.
That's good. That's good. So the next question you already answered, although my next question that is there any some person or anything which inspired you to write? That was my next question. So I want to modify this question and in a way make it that apart from your the children whom you are teaching, the students, apart from them, was there any other person like any author or someone through whom get inspired to write the book or write the stories?
See, one thing, during my young age or in school, I read most of the short stories of Rabindranath Tagore and some fictional stories of Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay.
Okay.
So those things, was in my mind before, and but during the young age until my starting of my authorship, it was a long gap. So I have actually forgotten those stories. And but I was a counselor, so I used to get some plot while counseling. So I decorated those thing in my own imagination and started writing these fictional stories.
Oh, that's interesting. So now moving on to one of my most favorite question from this interview. Although all of the questions are my favorite, but this one is specifically because this will be difficult for you. So out of the 33 books you have written, if you have to name two of your most favorite book of yours, which are written by you, what will be the those two books?
My nearest to my heart is Where Love Begins Vibhavari.
Okay.
And recently also written one book that is Let's Fly with Ride.
Okay.
These are my very much close to my heart because Vibhavari actually is a fiction or love story, you can say. In this book, I have mentioned three types of love.
Okay.
And in these three types of love, the third love, full of divinity, lasting till death, happily, that I have mentioned. That is why it is very close to my heart. And the second one, the Let's Fly with Ride, that is maybe I have published it this last November 2023. That is also a story of three daughters.
Okay.
They and success three, you can say, three successful women, and they are brought up by their father.
Okay.
And father is their inspiration for getting all success. This is the two stories very, very close to my heart.
That's beautiful. The story, anyways, sounds really interesting. So for all the author, all the audience and all the readers who must be listening to the interview later on, I just want you to, just repeat the name of these two titles, ma'am, and where this readers can find the book on Amazon or something like that. Is it available?
Yes. Well, Love Begins Vibhavari, available as a Kindle and paperback in Amazon, even Flipkart also. And this Let's Fly with Ride also available in Amazon and Flipkart also, both.
Perfect. Okay. So moving on to the next question, as you have already answered that two of the authors, which everyone knows in the world, has inspired you somewhere to write, which you read in the childhood. So again, if apart from them or them also, if there are any particular stories that stayed with you for the lifetime, not yours, but which was written by some other authors, then what would be the story? Can you name some or the
Yeah,
authors?
so still, I will not forget till my death. I will remember Kabuliwala by Rabindranath Tagore. And that was actually, I directed this story on the stage during Durga Puja celebration.
Okay.
It was a successful drama, you can say, what I have directed. And Shrikant and Kamal Lata, written by Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay. This is it is inbuilt in me, actually, those
Wow.
stories.
So, when we are discussing about this story, so I always remember a story from my background. The story when I was in fifth, sixth class, I read in a Hindi book, which somewhere inspired me to get into the writing career. It was called
Hmm.
Mati Wali. I exactly don't remember the name of the writer, author, but it was a
Hmm.
Hindi story of called Mati Wali, and the emotions were so nicely depicted in it. And that
Yeah.
is the beauty of Hindi authors when they write.
Yeah. Actually, see, Rabindranath Tagore, he had written all the stories based on psychology, and Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay has written most of his novel on social issues. So both are my favorite, actually.
That sounds really interesting. From the social issue, we'll be getting some questions about you upcoming. So, as you are the most experienced author till date on what authors think. So, I want you to brief about your life journey. Where did you grew up, and then where you traveled for work, and life has moved you to different places. Just brief about that for the audience.
Actually, I was born and brought up in Shillong,
Okay.
a place in Meghalaya now, but that time it was in Assam, a hill station. So my study, my college, school, everything was in Shillong. After that, I got married at the age of 23 and came to Mumbai.
Okay.
And after that, only traveling, but settled in Mumbai. Now I'm 45 years. I'm in Mumbai now.
Mumbai is your home now.
Yes.
The city which is people say is the most difficult place to find space in. You are
No,
settled.
I'm settled because my husband is from Mumbai only. He born and brought up in Mumbai. So I have settled here and try to move in Kolkata for some time. We bought a house also there, but again within a 2 or 3 years we sold the house and came back to Mumbai again.
Why Kolkata was not fun?
So for me Mumbai is the best.
Perfect, perfect. Mumbai is my also favorite place. Okay, so like the time in which you wrote most of the books, at that time the online promotion option or the tools which are available right now to edit or make the book look good were not there. So how did you work on both this aspect of writing and publishing, then promoting the book? How difficult was
See, it was very difficult. I used to write the poems anywhere in loose papers and all. But but my once my mother came to my house and she brought a notebook for me. From that time, I started writing in the notebooks all my poems and all. Later, my husband used to bring office diaries for me to write
it?
the thing in that New Year diary and all. So there I started writing. But after that, I used to write in started writing in computer. I learned computer, but it was very slow writing with only one finger because I did not know how to type also. But then slowly I started because in college also we needed those things later on. Technical problem was there before, but I have not thought of publishing or lately I thought of it.
Okay. So in 2004, when your first novel got published, so how difficult at that time was to reach out to publishers? Because today also it is very difficult to reach out to publishers in India. So what was the scenario then?
Actually, it was quite different than today's life. Today's publishing is far more easier than what we have faced.
Okay.
Actually, I used to feel shy to read my even my poems. I said also before, and in front of in actually publishing was a dream for me in 90s. So I found internet in CreateSpace and Balboa Press first,
Okay.
worldwide, worldwide. And then I published my First, that Vibhavari with Balboa. But that Balboa charged a lot, but it was not very good publishing. So I changed it. I changed it little late in 2011, and I published from Pothi.com.
Okay.
And I met one publisher, N.M. Thakkar, and he liked my Vibhavari English, and he translated it in Gujarati and gave the review in a very renowned newspaper. Review in newspaper, Mumbai Samachar.
Wow.
And then he published my How I Met God, and that also he translated into Gujarati again. So that was my actually, you can say, publishing journey started. And he published my even my English grammar book, which I have written for 10th and 12th standard.
Wow. So this like two books which you are talking about, which are translated into Gujarati also. So which year was this?
This was in 2011.
Okay, 2011.
11 or 12, 12, I think.
Okay, perfect. Although it's, I can imagine the journey before writing, from moving on to the newspapers to the diary, then to the computers. It is a transformation in itself. Although
Yeah.
it's a good habit because, still when I go to writing, then I have to open the laptop, and sometimes I feel like, okay, by the time I'll open up the laptop, I might feel like, okay, let's keep it on, sometime else. So it is
Yeah.
better to write down on what you're having next. For the mobile phones, it's a good option now that you can simply
Yeah.
write just to keep the point. Okay. So for the audience, Jashodhara ma'am, apart from writing and teaching, she has been very active in sports, social work, singing and cooking also, where she has awarded some great awards. So how do you keep so active after retirement? I would say, what is the secret?
See, secret is the, you can say, the love, what I'm getting from my, and support from my husband.
Okay.
That is the first thing. But due to social media, actually, social media, I received many award in writing. And recently, when people asked me to apply for something, I sometimes really feel happy also. But singing from childhood,
Okay.
yes, from childhood. And I was awarded a prize in Nazrul Giti. Nazrul Islam is a poet, a music composer, and even a freedom fighter.
Okay.
And I got an award for this song in childhood. So singing is from childhood only. And for cooking, you can say I have participated 2 times in cooking contest, and I won the prize. And one of the recipes you will find in the Big Basket till now.
Wow.
That is a vegetarian egg curry.
Okay. I
So you
saw
will
this
find it
recipe
in
somewhere. I saw this recipe somewhere.
yeah. So you will get this recipe in Big Basket till today.
That sounds really interesting. So was this your music and
And
cooking? Was this your
huh?
music? Was this your music and cooking hobby? Is somewhere being a Bengali thing?
Not only Bengali, but most of these things are Bengali. I learned Rabindra Sangeet in from childhood, but later on, when I came to Bombay after marriage and during my teaching profession, also I started singing Hindi songs also, and especially the devotional songs.
Okay, that's interesting. So are you presently
And
working in any group? Sorry, you were
and
continuing something. Yeah, please.
You said that social work. Yes,
Yeah.
I was associated with MAVA, MAVA, that is Men Against Violence and Abuse,
Okay.
for counseling of domestic violence, especially. And I used to Even I was counseling for adolescent children also, and I solved many problems of domestic violence. And through handwriting analysis, I learned handwriting analysis also.
Wow.
So sometimes I used to solve with acupressure and Reiki through physical. If the client is having some physical problem also. So I did with this in MAVA, and all these work were voluntary work.
Okay.
All this work is voluntary, and they recognized my abilities and was awarded as a best social worker in this social field. Recently, I got a award, Desh Ratna Award for social work.
Wow. That's very beautiful. Congratulations for that. And
Thank you.
inspiring. So, with this, moving on to the next question, are you presently working on any writing project?
Not. I was thinking that after I had a plan of writing 50 books, but looking at this publishing and all those things, I really thought that after 33 books, I should stop now.
That you should not stop now, I believe. You should continue, because if you're getting so much, recognition, people are translating your books, then you should keep on writing. I would love to read, more and more books from you. So I would ask you to, keep on writing. You should not stop.
Thank you.
And
I will try.
anyways, I'm going to read your children book is because I want to, work on a children book. And for
Mm.
that, I want to read something good, because, that can somewhere give me the idea how to write a kid's book, because I haven't worked on it. So I really want to work on it. So I'm going to read it anyway.
Thank you.
Apart from that, like now coming back to my favorite question again. Okay, this is like, as you have been constantly active in the social work. Okay, so this
Mm.
question is not related to reading or writing or cooking, but the question is
Mm.
like, do you think that in present time the media, like newspaper or television, are they doing their job properly when it comes to social responsibility?
Though people call television an idiot box, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday when I was watching television serial, and
Okay.
I saw a dish, they are cooking a dish, and that is a special dish. And I tried, and it was very, very delicious. So
Okay.
sometimes media is also giving us some, some uh, thing that we can follow them.
Right.
But sometimes media is making extra news to make the people panic.
Okay.
That is also good. So overall, whatever media you say, all are after money,
True.
isn't it? So that is what I say. Everywhere money speaks. Whether it is publishing or any other media, everywhere money speaks.
You're saying the true facts. I'm glad about this interview that we are discussing this.
Yeah.
So, what is the definition of literary success for you?
Uh, Actually, I have an article,
Okay.
success, where I have mentioned getting success doesn't mean that if you get all the material in life, material comfort, I mean to say.
Okay.
This is not the a success. According to me, the success is knowledge, existence, and bliss.
Perfect.
Look at me, after writing so many books. Am I successful?
it is how it is your own perspective. If you feel that you are successful, that means you are successful, because
Yes, still not very satisfied, right?
yeah.
So every moment thinking of writing new stories. Though I say that I'll stop, but still thinking for new stories only. Now, when another literary person, literary, those who are very literary person, will praise me for my knowledge, for my content, for my existence, I would be blessed and satisfied. So I may say this as literary success.
Okay, that sounds really beautiful and knowledgeable, I would say. So we are having 5 more minutes before this recording gets stopped by default. So I want you to share some tips, a few one sentence tips or 2 to 3 words for the young authors coming to the literary world.
See, I would say today's authors are better than me, first of all.
Okay.
And if you still want to say a few words, I will say true to yourself, hard work and dedication is the some words for me.
Okay. Okay. So your words are, really beautiful and really inspiring, man, for the young authors specifically. Although I disagree that, today's authors are better than you, because you have more experience and you have written 33 books. So it is just your modesty. Okay. So now this is again my, most favorite question. So if a book is written about you, a biography, if someone else writes about you, so what should be the title of the book?
Pratiksha,
Okay.
because I'm waiting for someone who will be interested to write my biography.
Okay.
So,
Definitely, I should get in connection with you personally. That would be really interesting. Okay. So the last question, it is not a question, it is a request from my end for all the audience and readers who will be listening to this interview. I want you to just read a few lines of your poetry for them, if you can.
yeah, definitely. I will recite one poem, uh, uh, Pratiyogita in
Okay.
Hindi. कर्म करो, आगे बढ़ो, ये जीवन का लक्ष्य, कभी ना करो फल की आशा, वे लेते हैं सदा सही का पक्ष। प्रतियोगिता तो एक साधन है जो देते हैं एक दिशा। प्रतिद्वंदिता करना हो तो स्वयं के साथ करना, प्रतिद्वंदिता करना हो तो स्वयं के साथ करना, स्वयं को बनाओ इतने ऊंचे, स्तर स्तर से आगे, देखोगे ये आकांक्षा तुम्हें कहां से कहां पहुंचाते।
Wow, this was really good and really motivational. It is like you are for the readers who are not Hindi readers, or so let me translate a basic gist of the poem, that it's about compete to yourself. Okay, don't compete to someone else, don't compare yourself to someone else. Just see how you are growing and how you are grown, during this journey. Just compete to yourself. It's really inspiring and very beautiful. Thank you so
Yes.
much for this, ma'am. It was wonderful having you, the most experienced author, till date on What Authors Think. And just thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Shubham, because this is my first online interview. And thank you for taking so much pain. Thank
Thank
you.
you. No, no, pen. It was all pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.